The Melozitna River Valley is a beautiful and remote region in Alaska that is traveled by very few. My friends and I thank you for joining us on our journey once again as we push ourselves and our machines to the limits of our abilities. We set out from Nenana, Alaska in late March for an 8-day trip through the wilderness. We carry almost all of our gas, all our food, and our shelter with us the entire journey, except when we have a cabin to stay in. Ben Doudna and Derry Wilcox left Nenana first for Cedar's cabin 52 miles away, with Paul and Steve following closely behind. John Harley, Joe Beck, myself, accompanied by Larry Nelson for one night only, left late in the evening, arriving at Cedar's after dark, around 11 p.m.
Snort.
Two fingers.
Like what's a cup?
Or how do you do it? Okay.
There you go, sugar. Would you like a warm up?
Oh, okay. Just one.
The next morning, Larry left us and headed back to Nenana while our main party got down to business and made tracks for the village of Tanana, 90 more miles down the Tanana River on the north bank of the Yukon.
D.
Stopping briefly in Tanana for what was hoped to be our final fuel checkpoint of the trip, we visited Dale and Cynthia Erickson, and then headed north to Dale's cabin on the Melozitna River. The ride up the Tozy was scenic and sunny with a packed trail that we enjoyed, as it would be the last bit of civilization that we encountered for the next 7 days. So this clip here is John Harley filming while going up a fairly steep hill. He suddenly realizes his machine is off course and headed for the bushes. I would like to add that he never lost focus, continued nauseously filming, ran over everything in his path, and made it back on course one-handed. Well done, John. And here's Paul, off trail as well.
Oh, can't do it? D.
All right.
Little pink, good shelter.
There's so much editing. Like, I don't mind a little bit, but it's like families watching.
Hey, what's going on in there? Hey! D!
Day 3 started out sunny and clear, although we began to encounter deep snow and thin ice on all of the smaller rivers we traveled on. Almost immediately, Ben dropped his machine into the Dag River, a tributary of the Melozitna, and had to be pulled out. We got lucky with no damage, but we were on our toes from then on.
Yeah, we need at least 4 if I need. Run me over. One, that, 2, 3. Yep, hold it. Do it again. Just get right up over my feet, Ben. Yeah.
That's good.
Now go.
Ben, were you thirsty?
Steve had a leaky fuel gasket we repaired, and Derry had a sled flip upside down, so a bit of a rocky morning, but we pressed on.
Pretty Miz.
The afternoon became very windy with whiteout conditions as we made our way to the Melozi River. Once on the Melozi, we made better time as the squalls cleared out, and we turned onto the Little Melozi River. Up the Little Melozi, we encountered more overflow and deeper snow, causing us to all get mired in and split our group in two.
Having fun on the Melozi trip. Sled weighs like 1,000 pounds after that river excursion. This sucker is stuck.
We finally regrouped around 9 p.m. within a quarter mile of the Little Melozi hot springs. And just when we thought we had made it, I broke through the ice with my machine, causing us to hand winch it out of the water, only 300 feet from our campsite. We finally got the tent up and stove going, and all took a hot bath. Day 4, the weather turned sour as we backtracked to the Big Melozi River and continued our descent. More overflow and open water on the Melozi slowed our travel significantly, and we only made 70 miles that day. Day 5, the weather was worse, with blowing snow and a lot of river travel. Without being able to go overland, we really had to plan our moves so we didn't lose any machines or sleds in the water.
Yeah, how'd you get here?
Do cool stuff. It's deep in here, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys play?
No, not yet. No.
Dude,
Trying to follow your track.
it's freaking gnarly. Okay, for all you viewers at home, Paul just launched off of that bank. You can probably see his track. I didn't get it on film, and he's not doing it again. He's gonna go off in reverse.
That evening we made it to the base of Wolf Mountain and camped early to head up and overland into the Cochrane Hills and Big Melozitna hot springs. Day 6 we ascended a 2,000-foot unnamed pass in the Cochrane Hills in foggy and snowy conditions that looked virtually like driving into nothingness.
We're heading up there.
I got my machine stuck many times, as well as everyone else, while we struggled to tow our loads up the steep inclines.
Soak your arm in a tub later. Hey, Derry. Hey, man. Dude, we drove through the nothing again.
Everyone persevered and we began to descend into the Hot Springs Creek Valley while the weather did not let up. Once in Hot Springs Creek, there was more open water and thin ice that forced us into the foothills behind the Melozitna Lodge.
The trail is gone.
Deep snow once again stopped me dead in my tracks many times as my friends continued to dig me out.
That's what I do. If you gotta go snowshoe a trail, you gotta bust yourself a stick immediately.
Yeah.
And then if you fall over, you can pull yourself out. Or when you walk, you just.
I didn't have my snowshoes on or not go anywhere.
Yeah.
The only thing I could have probably done was maybe roll around.
Yeah.
But I'd get my legs out. It was like being in quicksand.
Then right as we could see Big Melozitna, the sun came out and we rolled in around 6 p.m. Day 7, after much needed rest and revelries, we again ascended the 17-mile pass out to the Yukon River. The views were stunning and weather was perfect for our fight with Mirkwood Forest, as we named the last 5 miles of haunted, overgrown, trackless brush that we had to tame in order to reach the Yukon River. We arrived at the Yukon River at 7 p.m. and decided to stay at Horner Hot Springs for the night, which was conveniently only 5 miles away. We did have to break 1 mile of trail and get stuck a few more times before nature allowed us to make camp for the night. Day 8, we rode 180 miles up the Yukon and Tanana rivers, all the way back to Cedar's cabin. We also burned more gas than expected and had to buy another 40 gallons in Tanana before pressing on. Once at Cedars, we all relaxed except for Joe, who rode all night to make it back to Fairbanks. Day 9, we closed up Cedar's cabin for the summer to protect against bears and rolled into Nenana around 2 p.m. I want to say thank you to all my companions and everyone who helps make this journey possible. We could not do it without you. Thank you for watching MK Productions Melozitna 2023. Hope you enjoyed it, and check back soon for more films.
Shower bucket. I might need you to hold that up above my head, Paul. I need to rinse.